everybody that no matter the numbers in each category, the categories as listed will have contests, right? There's going to be no combining, here, there. Every category as posted will go forth. It's going to be real good like that, he said. And then the other thing he mentioned, understanding there's still a tidal wave of sorts of wind and snowdrifts making their way here. He said we're going to gently move Grand Entry to 12:30. So just a little heads up to everybody, send your messages out. Get that up on PowWows.com. 12:30 Grand Entry, recognizing, last night we were pretty good and jammed in here. We know today it's going to be 3 times the amount and a lot more folks making their way here. And this is like an island, right, with roundabouts. So getting here is going to be a little bit of a traffic jam there. So just ensuring that folks are able to get here. We call that true Indian time in action, right? We want everybody to get here without rushing and, parking in the ditch or whatever. So, Kiwawi Jamegum Omanime Tim, So in Ojibwe, that loosely translated, we just want to go nice and easy because you've all been invited. We want you to get here. So that's like true Indian time. We're going to start when we're all good and ready. But of course, 12:30 is a good guide, right? So 12:30 Grand Entry, folks. And it's going to be a full blast onset. You can see CNT tabulations, right? The Crane family, they are full blast here. Just to my left, everything. Yeah, I know. Hey, Tony's like, hey, what do you mean, right? What are you talking about here, huh? Holy. CNT tabulating. They're here. They're welcoming you. Come and get your number. Again, singing groups. We need you to register as well. Everything here. Royalty, we have your royalty sign up here, so if you want to make your way up here to the announcer stand, we've got young Miss University of South Dakota. Hani Knight is here, Hunk Papa from Eagle Butte, so she's signed up here, so all royalty will have you sign up here. And singing groups, your main guy here, my partner, hey, oh yeah, singing groups, Kenny Pratt Sr. has you covered, so as you make your way in, we'll work on getting you chairs, work on getting everything set here in our singing lineup, right, and so you're going to have full blast, this afternoon. I'm just going to say it, probably an intertribal, probably a contest song, maybe 2, you never know. But over the course of the weekend, we know, and you can count on it, you're likely going to get judged a few times here throughout this weekend. Bonjour, welcome. Yes, the royalty right here. Registration for dancers is right there. Yes, but we're welcoming all royalty here, all of our Braves. Aha, miigwech. Once again, folks, we will start posting the schedule for the afternoon. We're going to get caught right up. So junior, senior adults, we'll kind of let you know what timing looks like for when we'll roll you through. But I tell you what, it was a good time. I saw Royce the Voice here. First guy I ran into walking in, he said he rode his snow machine all the way from Panema to get here. He's like, holy man, these snow drifts. I said, well, welcome to Prairie Land, right? If there's anything Saskatchewan, as they say, Saskatchewan, the prairie lands here, you kind of have to lean to the west because the wind is pretty rough. So we get that in North Dakota. It's the same thing. I live in Fargo now. It's one thing I had to kind of get used to was the wind. Holy smokes, it is what it is. But welcome everybody, and oh wow, here's Chief Smoke. I tell you, what'd you think of that parking I got you today? Huh? Holy man, that guy! I thought he was gonna jump right over the curb, to get that one spot. It's all good, brother. You're gonna have like a full blast, moving and shaking powwow today, brother. It's gonna be good. Ogima Khan, our Chief Smoke, right here from Dakota Plains, one of the tripart of leadership that is organizing, yes indeed, that is organizing and leading this powwow. So of course, Dakota Plains, Long Plains, and Portage, La Prairie. The mayor will be here. Of course, the chiefs, their councils, all united together to put this powwow on. And I loved hearing Chief Smoke speak about that is truth and reconciliation in action. Na Gagagishik in the house. Oh, yeah, I'm seeing a lot of Toronto Blue Jays hats here, and I know, holy man, the morning it was. I thought they had it. Holy man, did you think they had it, Jai? Toronto Blue Jays? I thought they were gonna knock it. Oh man, I suppose that $3 billion in salary with the Dodgers, I suppose, kind of caught up with the crew. But hey, there's always this year. It's all good, right? It's all good. So, again, dancers, welcome. Families, welcome here. We're on our Saturday, first real full blast session here. So, I'm seeing some fry bread on this guy's plate here. Holy man, where'd you get that? Oh, okay. Holy man, I tell you what. It's gonna be on here today. Again, we want to thank all the vendors as well. Thank you for racking up my credit card. I forgot my credit card, in the area last year. I didn't even bother canceling it, because that's the one I usually give to my partner. So I figured, you're going to save me all kinds of money anyway, and she finally got it back today or yesterday, and holy man, gee whiz, it's racked up here. So all kinds of good vendors all the way around. You know how our people are. And of course, there's food. I know there's popcorn. There's concessions, just like you're attending a hockey game. So once again, folks, welcome. Our arena directors are going to kind of, get meeting here. And, they're going to start getting the schedule for this afternoon. And we're going to get that posted on PowWows.com. I'm going to give Brother Daryl here a clipboard, him and Kevin. Made that noise right there, eh? Oh, a transaction, huh? Oh, yeah, there you go, brother. Okay. So, once again, bonjour, everybody. Hello. I know it's a busy time. We're going to kick it up here this afternoon. And, again, bonjour, gitin in niman nishnabeg. Niga na nakutin digo. Bonjour, and do them. Not kubigo aning nishnabe. Owe, sugoge. Niminendage ningin tan shinabe moan. Bogi geni net tungi kenan no nishnabe ang. Kange go and dit the bendizige. Ricky White, Disha Shagana Shijanikaz. So once again, folks, just formally introducing myself in the Ojibwe language. My English name is Ricky White. I'm Lynx Clan, and I come from Notkamigoaning First Nation, known as Whitefish Bay First Nation, and just honored to be here. Just sharing as well, just like in our ways there, everybody. I know very little. That's what our elders say. It's a way of sharing, right? Know very little. And of course, I don't own anything of our knowledge. Everything was meant to be shared. So that's kind of what we say. It's a welcoming way. It's a humble way. And we just want to try to do our best. And it's an honor to share the mic with a guy, that everybody knows, Clifton Goodwill. This guy is a powwow man right by way of Kansas now, so Kansas is royally treated to receive this champion from the area. And, he'll be sharing here all afternoon long. I'm going to have a good nap, I think, here this afternoon. He'll bring us in grand entry, and it's going to be a good one here, brother. So Geez, we can already see. Look at the Urlacher jersey. You can tell when an American drum comes in, the football mania. Well, I'm pretty sure between Chicago Bears and the Green Bay Packers. Holy man, I see a Green Bay Packer jersey over there already. They have a guy named Love over there, right? Look at these guys. There's a famous speech, Vince Lombardi, one of the greatest coaches of all time. He would say to his players, hey, eyes on me, guys, eyes on me. Just like our culture, there's 3 most important things for you right now, for you to be successful. 3 most important things. Number 1, your family, right? Keep your family good. Number 2, your religion, your culture. Keep that really close. And number 3, the Green Bay Packers. Famous speech. But I tell you what, I'm a Vikings fan, so sorry to everybody. I know, we're in mourning again, but hey, it is what it is. Kansas City Chiefs, brother. Oh, you don't know about any of those guys, eh? Mahomie or any of those guys? It is what it is, so. But welcome, singers. Welcome, singers. We're looking forward to hearing your music here today. Man alive, it's going to be rocking here. It's going to be rocking here this afternoon. So once again, the Pow Wow Committee, the chairman of the Pow Wow Committee, good guy named Ralph, he wanted us to kindly share it at 12:30, brother. They're shifting to 12:30 just to give everybody a chance to get here, find your spot, find your niche here in the Arbor area, relax a little bit, and then it's going to be on, like full blast here this afternoon. And again, we thank PowWows.com streaming us live. Registration is wide open here, folks, so come and see C&T tabulating right here. They'll get you a number. Everything locked in here with technology. It works really well when done well, and these guys know what they're doing. Then, of course, our sound system, Hoka Sounds. Holy man, I tell you, everybody knows the Roberts family, and, of course, Dale Roberts and his family all over Pow Wow country, making us sound real good, right? Crisp and clean. You go to some arenas and they use their house mics, and it's kind of their conference mics, and it's echoey. These guys know Pow Wow. They know the pitch and the tone, help us all out here getting the messages out. It's all good, and you all need it, right? It's good to have good sound, eh? Singing groups, that as well. I remember back in the day, holy man, and we used to always just have some good banter as singing groups. But I remember back in the day, we used to always have to haul our PA systems, chairs, everything, And we always kind of had a funny little banter between us and Whitefish Bay. We'd have, because, Kid Little Sky, right? He sang with Stony Park, So we always would say, holy man, PA Park. PA Park, holy man, they had like the greatest sound system, one of the iconic singing groups out there. And nowadays, oh yeah, don't even have to bring your chairs, guys. You got the greatest sound systems, of course, dancers, right? You get the glory of having every song just is going to be jamming here. So, how you been there, Clifton? How was the ride over, brother? Let's hear ya.
Hey, good morning, everyone. Good morning, Ricky. Speaking of drum groups, man, our drum groups today don't realize how good they have it. Like you said, with the sound system, all that good stuff. I remember us guys and Southern Cree Singers, boy, we had one van and 8 guys. We all fit in there some way, somehow. We had the drum to boot all, an extra just in case. PA system. One time we threw our PA system in that van. Talk about a rough ride. As the years grow, man, like you said, Stony Park, good friends of ours, good relatives along the way. We'd always sit up right beside them, give them tobacco, and we'd be mic'd right in. What's up, KP? What time is drum roll call? Registration was closed last night, he said. Just stay tuned, all you drum groups, hang around. We're going to get ourselves a good order here as soon as everybody sets up. Our head singing judge here this weekend, Kenny Pratt Sr., will come around, make sure he gets us a good drum order, good list. I believe our outstanding arena directors are going to get together and devise up a good schedule here, kind of mix in last night's events with today's and get us all back on track. That way we'll know exactly what we're doing. So as soon as we know, you guys will know, and then we'll let them know, and then they'll know. That's exactly how it's going to work. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, we have head dancers here this weekend. We have our head man, Maurice Meaches, as well as our head woman, Sophia Smoke. Ladies and gentlemen, head dancers is relatively new to this part of the country, up here at the Northern Territories, the lower 48, you know. However, the ideal of having head staff had always been there, head man, head woman. And just a little information for those of you that are new to the powwow circle here this weekend. A head man and head woman's duties for this weekend are to come in and lead all of our dancers in song, in dance mainly, any kind of exhibition songs, round dances, all of that good stuff that's going to be taking place here this weekend. So that's our main duties for our head man and our head woman. We're not sure yet. They might have a special. Who's to say? I believe it was announced perhaps on the website. I believe there's a men's grass special, so I know that'll be taking place. And as soon as I get some kind of info up here, some kind of a program, I believe you can look on the Prairie Unity website. I believe they posted some of the agendas. Good morning, Marianne. We moved a whole powwow back a day just for you. Welcome. Oh no, stranded, huh? I tell you, this is winter weather. I'm well adjusted to this. My wife and I, my wife's Osage from Oklahoma. We went to college in Montana State, and it snows. We lived in Havre, Montana, just north of the Rocky Boys Reservation. And yeah, it snowed a little bit, and one time it snowed really good. And Danita, where she lives down there in Gray Horse, Oklahoma, if it snows a little bit, that is it. The town shuts down. Everything is closed. Roads, nobody goes nowhere. So as soon as she seen the snow up there in Montana, she was like, that's it, snow day. We just staying home and relax. I was like, no, it don't work like that around here. She says, I ain't going anywhere. I said, well, I can't miss school. We'll talk to you later. Sure enough, school was still going on. School had never, ever closed as far as I'd known. We'd always, even back in the day, we'd have to walk 20 miles uphill both ways, barefoot.
Were you in your breechcloth, though, anyway, at the time? Or what were you? Hey.
I know it. I tell you, this morning I was thinking I could probably live with my ancestors hundreds of years ago. I'd have it made. I'd probably have a leather breechcloth, thong, all that stuff, boy. I'd be ready for it. But, you know, I think our ancestors never complained like how we do today. They knew this weather was coming, and I think it was a little bit less fierce, but I have no clue. I just know they fought for their lives so that we could be here today and enjoying ourselves. Man, oh man.
Yeah, and you know, I think it kind of gets us freaked out a little more with technology, right? You know, the weather forecasting, the apps, all of those things. It kind of, precedes so much information, and sometimes too much information can get a little backlogged, right? You know, so back in the day, just listen to the wind. When that wind is howling a little louder, yeah, you might want to hunker down, but they're constantly in a state of preparedness, right? You know, that's kind of the way it is. Just like powwow here, you know what I mean? This powwow, they're in a state of preparedness, and part of that is telling everybody 12:30 grand entry, right? You know, just 12:30, and then in talking, singing groups, talking to Kenny Pratt Sr. here, 12:15 roll call. And then the other thing he said is just find your spot out there, and then he's going to create that final order, right? That drum order. So that way we're kind of just moving all the way around like that. You know, you singing groups, you know how it is. Be ready for clockwise intertribal, maybe counterclockwise contest. You never know, right? But just Just, all horses, all saddles up, these singing groups, they know what to do. And I think part of it as well, we just got another little, a little request to your singing groups, might be a little flat. You know how it is, when it's cold, old grandfather can be a little flat, get your heaters out, whatever. But you want to give us a warm-up song and get the spirit and vibe going. We welcome any warm-up songs right now from any of you singing groups. Look at our brother here. Holy man, I see Thomas here. Holy, my man. Holy moly. I don't speak Dakota, right? But I tell you. Oh, man, I tell you, there is some music going to happen here today, right? And there's always funny banter, between Ojibwe and Dakota, I always say, man, clear your throats already, Kenny, right? Then he says, well, geez, you Ojibwe people, why don't you stop talking already? Bana bana gana gana bana ga. Hey, it's all good, we just have a good time here. It's gonna be a good day there, Clifton, huh? What do you say, brother?
Circling back to looking out at the weather and seeing what kind of day it's going to be. After I graduated from Montana State, my wife and I moved to Kansas, a little small Sac and Fox res there. And, Kansas, Tornado Alley, all that good stuff. I was a little worried about the weather, the tornadoes, all that. So one day I was cleaning out the trunk of her car, vacuuming it all out, making it look nice. And lo and behold, if I didn't hear that tornado siren, boy, that went off. It's just 2 houses down from us, so that was loud. I panicked. I started looking around. I went running inside. I was like, Danita, those sirens are going off. What are we supposed to do? She's kind of looking at me. She looked outside. She was looking up. Clear blue sky, Kenny, just nothing nice. She was like, I think that's just a dinner siren. Sure enough, it was 12. Dang. Took me about 6 years. I'm finally used to tornadoes now. Closest one was about 5 miles from me, and we don't care anymore. One time we were at a Pow and Prairie Band, Potawatomi country, in our little trailer, and the cops were coming around after the pow was over. They said, everybody please leave, proceed to the casino, the tornado shelter. And we were laying in bed and the trailer was just swaying back and forth. Man, we was too tired, Ricky. We just looked at each other and we said, well, if it's our time, it's our time. We went back to bed. We woke up in the morning. Man, the sun was shining. The birds were chirping. Man, I thought we passed away. I thought, is this heaven? But yeah, it's only minus 51 out there, so I'm glad everybody made it out over here. Us Pow Wow people, we'll venture through any kind of weather just to get to where we're going, get together, have ourselves a real wicked good time. We have ourselves outstanding group of singers. Thank you very much for showing up here at the first annual Prairie Unity celebration. So welcome again, as Ricky had said. 12:15 drum roll call, so come on in. Man, oh man, sometimes this cold actually does good for the drums. I was listening to Dakota Hotane's drum last night. Holy smoke, says hi. Made him sing an extra 2 pitches higher. Kind of make you wish you had one of those keys with the drums, huh? Turn it down a little bit. He said, heck no, if we're gonna blow out, let's blow out. We got a good sound system here. I don't think we're on the radio because I'm pretty sure ain't nobody sitting in their car getting ready outside. If I could find a good, honest gentleman, I'll pay him $5 every hour to go start my car. Some people are smart. They've been parking their cars alongside and they got their own plug-ins. A plug-in for your vehicle. Danita had no idea what that was when we first came up here, and we still don't have plug-ins in our cars, but after this weekend, we're sure as heck gonna get one. had the environmental shock of her life. Her little car just got here last night. All the lights in her car came on. Man, TPMS sensors came on, airbags, road traction, StabiliTrak, everything just lit up. Didn't stop us though, he just kept coming. I miss your other coat, Dale. Boy, that was a winter coat. I think that was Gore-Tex. Holy smokes. Remind me of the Michelin Man. But come on in, find yourself a nice place to sit. I know everybody usually puts down blankets and make sure they save their spots. Dang, everybody's covering up with them blankets this time. It's warmer up there anyways. At least you're not down here on the floor. We're right on